Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why exactly I did the switch to Hyprland and how it's been so far collectively, over the last, has it been a year so far? I don't really know. Time flies, but I just don't tend to keep up because I'm currently just trying to live life and stuff, so I stopped counting time and just started existing, I guess, out of time, which is really fun. I'm not going to get into that anymore because that will just end up weird. All right, so yeah, I switched to Hyperland for a couple reasons. One, I like the look of N4. N4 is what officially got me to switch to Hyperland. ML4W looked okay. The problem was it was too many pieces of a puzzle that would never fully be finished. N4 introduced me to AGS. AGS was a single thing that is split into multiple different modules that all run off the same type of connection, which is like a desktop environment. Kind of. Kind of. Now, most people get confused when they look at my desktop environment here and they think, well, what's the dock? What's the top panel? Oh, that's the thing. The dock and the top panel are the same thing. They're built from QuickShell. QuickShell is made from QML. It's a Qt coding language. But unlike KDE, it's not as buggy or messy as that will be. And I know you don't have issues with KDE, not on my machine. We can't ship your machine. People don't understand this. But it allows you to do anything, I guess. Well, almost anything. It's growing, it's getting better. I got desktop widgets now, which makes me happy. Look at this. The friggin' clock is animated. Look at that. It's so cool. I could do this. That's always fun. I wish it was a little more dynamic to where I could just drag these wherever I want it, but they're kind of stuck to their own rectangle. I think I would have to probably build an invisible rectangle around the entire desktop layout here, and then I'll be able to dynamically just move these all around, That would probably be interesting. There is a config that does that, which is nice, so I'm going to look into that. All right, so most people have a variable refresh rate monitor. Some people don't even know they have one. If you have a high refresh rate monitor, usually it has that built in now, thanks to AMD. And I didn't ever use it until I came to Hyprland because they have better options for choosing how you want to use variable refresh rate. And it's super nice. It's super simplistic to set up. You just go into your monitor conf and you just enter, I believe it's VRR equals 0, 1, 2, or 3. I'm not really sure. And you end up getting, I believe, full screen applications only and something else. I haven't done it in a while, because the gameplay is already smooth enough. I don't need it to be anything else. But it was nice to be able to have that option, right? To just be able to choose how you want it presented versus on, or KDE's automatic, or on or off. And you don't really get to tell it what you want. Like, you want full screen, you need full screen, so on and so forth. And that's what needs to be done. Like, VRR needs to be set to the options that are available for it instead of just on or automatic, because automatic can break in some circumstances. I've seen flickering and other weird issues for other people, and it becomes really problematic after a while. Ugh. So the next thing is complete HDR control without needing anything. So no HDR calibration tools, none of that stuff. You just basically go into your hyper folder and wherever you handle your monitor, and you just, there's a little more options than just this, but You set your min and max luminance and what you want to do, and it ends up doing it, and that's the cool part. And then if I go into general right here, you can see from sorry, I'm not really used to this right here, that there's more options. For color management, I got it set to CM auto HDR equals 2, send content type equals true, color management is enabled with color pass-throughs enabled, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, my config is set up for performance, even though it's got all this blur and stuff. I get that may not be that performant to you, but it performs just fine because it's very lightweight when you have optimization set up properly. And no, if you have a proper, actual, good Hyprland config, the performance will be the same on GNOME, KDE, and Hyprland. If you have a bad config, you're going to have multiple issues with performance. You're going to have drops and things like that. So Hyprland's one of those things you have to be scrupulous about. I think I used that word properly. You have to ensure that all your applications are running in Wayland if possible by forcing the ozone hint to Wayland in the environmental tables, which is sudo nano /etc /environment, like this. And I also have that set for the enable HDR_WSI is enabled for GNOME. But these are the two that I have forced. So that way Vesttop and other things will automatically be forced to use Wayland. And I found that it helps a lot in terms of stability and stuff like that, and copying, pasting between applications. It also fixes a bug where Discord just freezes for some reason when you try to paste into it. So yeah, that's a thing. I better move me out of the way for this next part. No one needs to care about that, so we'll put me there. Another thing is the amount of options that you can add into Hyprland. You can make an entire setup. It's awesome. Change your wallpaper. You know, there's a lot of things. I'm going to leave it on this one. I haven't added on this one yet, and I like this one. And then there's dynamic theming, even though it mostly just goes to yellow, which is, I guess, it keeps me peaceful, which is nice. And I got this weather thing. Oh, by the way, this controls every aspect of this weather widget. So, like, if I wanted to make this really, really long and wide, I could. If I want to set it really skinny and small, I also could. Yeah. Let's see if auto location works. Again, good, it does. I had an issue with that. Auto hide for the top bar is there. And there's like, I got a little bit of settings mixed up in here. I need to fix this up, but look at this widget selection. This is so cool. These are like applets. I love this. And then top bar border. So if we wanted to, I could thicken that up. And also reduce the alpha. There we go. And there's a lot more stuff down here, but yeah, I don't want to get into that right now. And then like desktop widgets, these are the ones I've built so far. Auto select your GPU, which is nice. That's why it's reading the temperature and the VRAM amount. The dock, you can turn it off or on. Show tooltips or not show tooltips. Group apps by group multiple windows with the same application into a single dock entry. Like, having all these options is cool, and having control over every aspect of it, like, that's even cooler. And I get that some people, you know, they're not going to like it, but they need to remember that it's not about them. It's about the individual user that's currently talking. And it tends to be a bit difficult for them to understand. Now, this is cool. This allows you to choose where to have your top bar. So if you want it on all displays, you can have it on all displays. And same for the dock, the notification pop-ups, the wallpaper, and so on and so forth. If you needed to, you could turn this off and apply wallpaper to separate displays, which is nice. And this is just the launcher. I have this set up for a custom button and stuff. And the ability to change the logo and the size. And pretty nice. Something I did add was this. Yeah, it's the ability to change the colors of everything from the extracted colors of the wallpaper. So, like, now everything's green tinted. That's pretty cool. Or if we go back, we could choose that. Or what if we just choose brown? You know? Or orange. Now, I do want to add a vibrance slider to this so that we can change the amount of vibrance that's here. But I'll set it back to auto for now. And then I have all of the transparency options for the widgets and the drop downs and everything else in between, like this. A barely visible border or a fully visible border, you know? And then we can set the border thickness, which I'll probably just keep at 1. Like that, right? It all just gives you control over everything. Like with corners. Usually I'll just keep them at 15, but again, you want to, you can put them up to whatever you want. And that's what matters, right? Complete and utter control. With other desktop environments, you don't have complete and utter control, whether you want to believe it or not. With KDE, you're given a set amount of usability and function, and you have to adhere to that. And that's the thing. I don't want to have to do that. I want to be able to choose what I want, when I want, how I want, where I want, and just more than ever before. I could do this to KDE, sure, but it would take a lot longer. This is just automatically built in, and I could add more and more stuff to it. Like when I'm using my microphone, see this icon up here? This will show. When I'm not using my microphone, it's going to disappear. I want it to always stay, so I'm going to click it to always stay. If I don't want to, like, it's just out of the box. The one thing I hate about KDE is the system tray is jam-packed full of everything that you have, and even stuff that you don't want. And you have to disable things one by one. With this, it's a configuration, so you can just pass the settings on to whoever you want, and they can get up and go. I forgot to upload this to GitHub, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Is it currently the 11th? It is. So the calendar does actually work, which is nice. Yeah. Like, if I want to make a widget that makes stupid faces at you every couple of seconds, I could do that. If I wanted to make a widget that looks like a digital watch, and every now and again, an arm would come in, it would face you like this, you'd be able to look at the time, and then it would go right back out. I could do that. If I wanted to completely recreate macOS one-to-one, their desktop environment, I could do that. If I wanted to completely recreate Windows 11's desktop environment, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows Vista, XP, it doesn't matter. I could do that. It's all about what you choose to do. Hyprland is the ultimate choice. Neri as well. Anything that works with a configuration is choice. It's like endgame for Linux users. You don't want to deal with a configuration or somebody else's. Make that work for you. Like Lysex config. It's absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. It's open source, and people contribute to it all the time. If someone wanted to go in and add a completely functional dock, he really wouldn't care, right? As long as it's off by default and you have the option to turn it on, to edit, to modify it, to do whatever you want to it, and it's a clean code, he would probably accept it. That's the cool part. Like, what is it? I think one of the developers of Dank Material Shell actually left a comment on my video. Sort by newest. I need to get to some comments here, but right here, I think this guy is one of the, yeah, he's definitely a Dank Material developer. And I love the fact that he's over here commenting on the video. It's like, thanks, that's awesome. I'm glad that you like my idea of the whole desktop widget things. And I mean, it looks pretty cool. Being able to just go over here and type, hi, YouTube, or if I could spell, there we go, right? And it's all about function and form. HDR is the best you'll find on Hyprland because they've put so much extra work into it compared to other desktop environments. And most people are like, oh, I don't want to use keybinds. I don't use keybinds. I've designed this to be 100% mouse. If you want to use keybinds, you go for it. I mean, most people use keybinds without even knowing it. Like, you want to take a screenshot, you just hit Control Shift S or Windows Shift S, just like you would anywhere else. And that, there you go. You have the ability to take a screenshot and then paste it into a Discord. Like, those are basic things that people do. I want to be able to hit the Windows key and have this open, but you're limited. Unfortunately, I'll have to change this instead for like Control A or Windows key A or Windows Shift A. You know, there's just multiple things that you can and cannot do. Like when I first got this shell, it didn't have a settings button here. Now I do. It didn't have this microphone thingy, not that I know of. I added it. Then I added this power widget right here so I can switch between performance, balanced, and power save. And here's the thing. The temperature is going down, so you know it's working. It just takes a little bit of time to go down. But nonetheless, you have full control. And then you have those people that are like, but Vaxery's bad, Vaxery's this. From what I've gotten to know about him and from talking to him, he's not a bad person at all. The bad people are the ones that will instantly jump in front of someone, see their past, and drag them through the dirt and act like they're better than them. Those people are the bad people. The cancel culture, they're the bad people. The world is not what it seems. You want the villains? Look for the people trying to cancel other people. Those are the villains. And they always will be. And they hate it when you turn their cancel culture back on them. Vaxery isn't going anywhere. In fact, he's expanding Hyprland right now with Hyprland Toolkit, which is a GUI language to build tools with Hyprland itself. So that's amazing. I love that in its entirety. With it, he could literally build Hyprland into its own desktop environment. Make any application he wants. A calendar, a file manager, anything. And it would be absolutely brilliant. So that aspect of everything, not really my business. My God, do I have Discord open? No, it's OBS that's eating the RAM. And RAM usage is low as hell. It is, which is nice. I should probably actually go turn most of these off. I have them on for testing. Look at the clock, it animates. How cool is that? I like that. You probably do too. And it's completely understandable. You should like it. Now, I was going to say some stuff, but I forgot what else I was going to say. Gaming. Gaming's been fantastic on Hyprland. I'm an Nvidia user on Linux. And everyone's like, oh yeah, Hyprland's got Nvidia issues. No, it does not. No, it does not. If it had any Nvidia issues at all, I wouldn't be here. For starters, I wouldn't be here at all. Okay? It has less issues with Nvidia than KDE, GNOME, and any other desktop environment combined. It is fully functionable on Nvidia. I have no problems whatsoever. No flicker, no weirdness in Electron applications. This is Electron, by the way. They run absolutely perfect. And that's because Vaxery has been doing a ton of amazing work. And nobody has the balls to give him credit for, so I'll do it. I mean, he even pops in my streams sometimes. getting support from developers is a rare thing. So it's like when I'm on Hyprland, he jumps in, he talks to people. I had a bad admin at one point. God, that was a mistake. They liked to force their world views on everybody, and they got offended over everything. They are literally the definition of getting triggered, and that's a problem. So the minute they saw Vaxry, they went, demon! You know, like Chris's monkey in the closet. Yeah, that's what happened, and it was pathetic. After that, I just got tired of it. And then they had the balls to throw a hissy fit at the CachyOS team. You don't act like that and expect not to lose your privilege in my Discord as an admin and as an admin in my YouTube stream. That's just not how that works. Harassing developers? No. Holding them accountable and being nice about it? Sure. Talk about the issues. But being an absolute dick? No, 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 no. Don't be doing that. That's not okay. Ooh. What if I just expand the rectangle that this exists on so that I can move all the windows? That might work. Mother says it's a good idea. Okay. All right. Well, look, I've ranted on long enough. The point being is I moved over here because KDE can be a buggy mess. It may not be on your system, but it can be on others and my system. GNOME doesn't seem to like Nvidia GPUs very much that use GSP firmware. And you can't exactly disable it on the 5000 series. So I didn't want to have to deal with frame drops constantly. I need to go figure out how to gather information about that and report that issue and see if we can get it fixed once and for all. Maybe they can do something about it before GNOME 50 hits or before GNOME 49.1 hits. This just was the better option overall for me as a gamer, for me as a content creator, for me as someone with a creative personality that likes to make things his own. If you're a beginner, start with desktop environments first. In the background, have a virtual machine where you learn Hyprland, because yes, Hyprland does work in virtual machines, quick shell, all of that. It just depends on the virtual machine you use. And Vert Manager is the best. I have videos setting it up, going through all of it, so you guys go look at that. But if you're new to Linux, like completely new, a brand new beginner, and you come across this video, this is quick shell. The dock is quick shell. The panel is quick shell. All the widgets are quick shell. Everything is quick shell. Okay? Just so you know, thing at the bottom is a dock. The thing at the top is a panel. All right? These are widgets. Yeah. And this is not related to Windows Vista, because I saw some very small-minded people in my life be like, oh, you're remaking Vista. Do you not even remember what the widgets looked like on Vista? Come on now. If you got one, use it. Common sense is a hard thing to come by, I know. But there is a playlist in the description below that will help you get started with Linux. Fully utilize it, enjoy it. It works. And most things are still up to date. I do replace videos every now and again. So with Steam, you install it, you play. That's how it works now. Thanks for that, Valve. Bye, everybody. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. It helps with the evil YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys next time.